guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Peachy and this channel is all about my Sylvanian families collection. For today's video I thought we'd take a look at one of the older buildings in my collection, and it's this house here which is called Babblebrook Grange. So this house was originally released in Japan in around about 2006 and it was called the House with the Magic Fountain or something akin to that. And then it was released into the UK range by Flair in 2009, and that was where it got its name, Babblebrook Grange. So the one I have here is the UK edition, but I don't think there was really any difference between the UK and Japanese releases as far as I could see. So I thought it would be fun to take a look at the house itself and then also set up the inside. And just up here, waving from her balcony, you can see the resident of this house. So this is my one and only custom Sylvanian. Her name is Marble and she's based on my cat. We'll have a proper introduction a little bit later in the video once we've had a look at the outside of the house. So I got this house secondhand and I think it is missing a couple of things. I think there's a ladder missing and there's also a little kind of bit here next to the door where I think a light should go, but that was not included, but I got it for a super cheap price, so I'm not too worried about that. So the house has 3 stories, so you've got ground floor, first floor, and then there's a space in the attic, and the roof flips out to make kind of a roof terrace, and we'll see that in a minute, but I thought we'd take a look at the front of the house first. It comes with this kind of separate garden plate. You can see it's got this nice pathway texture with bricks around the edges, little bits of grass poking out, and then the main feature was, well, like the main differentiation point for this house is this light up fountain. So it's got battery pack on the bottom and then a switch for on and off, and then it has a switch just here that you can push to turn the fountain on and off. And you can see mine does work. Doesn't show up very well in the daylight, so maybe I'll show you again that working at night. So the house also came with this cute little garden bench which is very nicely detailed and just looks like a kind of standard wooden garden bench. Perfect for sitting on and looking at the pretty fountain. So coming in close to the house, you can see it's got this nice kind of terracey porch area with a garden swing. So a nice little window up here. And then I really love the door for this one with this little porch area. And here's where I think a light should possibly go. But it's not too obvious, so I'm not too worried about it. Nice front door that matches the rest of the wood on the front of the building. These were additional flower pots, so these were actually ones that go on the windowsills like this one up here, but it came with additional ones for some unknown reason, so I've put them just down here to make this area just a little more floral. Little built-in railing on the side here. The roof on the porch also matches the main roof up here. On the second floor we can see marble. There's a balcony area just here with double doors into the first floor. Nice arched window, and here's one of those flower pots in its intended position of being a window box. And then up on the roof there's a little kind of mock window here with the shutters closed, and that also juts out from the main building. I really like the coloration and the style of this house. It's what I think they call mock Tudor with the kind of wooden beams on it. If we turn the house, we can have a look at the sides. So here's the left-hand side, and you can see more of these lovely mock Tudor beams. A window with shutters. It would be nice if these shutters were a different colour to the rest of the moulding, or maybe the window pieces as well, so that might be something I customise. And then down here we've got a window to the ground floor. I think again it would be nice if these window frames were just a different colour to the rest of the building. But that would be a fairly easy paint job, I think. And then on the other side, this side's a little bit more detailed. So here you can see that the windows are a different colour. So I might look to replicate that on the other side. Got the shutters and the windows. These windows are fixed, they don't open. This one does have room for a flower box though. And then this one down here is a kind of bay window. Again, it doesn't open, but it does have this lovely little kind of mini roof detailing which matches the rest of the building. And then looking at the back of the building, we can see we've got ground floor, first floor. Both of these are quite spacious. I can easily fit my hand in there quite easily. So there's plenty of room for decorating. And then if we open up the roof piece, which is on a hinge, you can see there's a kind of attic room up here. And also, if I lift the camera up, this folds out into being a roof terrace. So you could have another floor up here. But I think I'm going to leave this floor and just do the 3 today. So that's a very quick whistle-stop tour of the house. You can see there's a ladder here, and there should be another ladder here, and perhaps even a third ladder up onto the roof terrace. But I know there's definitely one missing here because there's a gap for it. But that should be pretty easy to replace, so I'm not too worried about that. You can see here there are slots in the ceiling to be able to put lights in should you desire. And I think that's kind of everything about the house. So now let me introduce you to Marble. So here we have my marble figure. I did the customization myself, and I used just like felt tip markers, which probably wasn't the best idea as they did bleed quite a lot, so I had to keep blotting. They worked alright, and she's good and dry now, but there was a fair bit of transfer, so I don't think I would suggest using felt tip markers. I've seen people say watercolours work really well, and also fabric markers. So if I was to customise another Sylvanian, those would probably be what I'd try next. So the dress here I made myself. It's just a very simple dress, and she's kind of sewn into it, so there's no velcro or anything. It is all one piece, and you can see my messy stitching there, which I've covered with this shawl. I also did her tail in a kind of tabby stripe. And the shawl here is based on the grandparent shawls. And this is made with an actual offcut of one of her blankets. So she started life as a Cheshire cat, so that's an all-white cat, and they have very light grey ears. I thought that would be good in having a light colour to apply the other colours onto, so that worked really well. And I'll pop a couple pictures of Marble here so you can see what the markings were based on. Marble has quite complicated markings on her face and head, so it was a challenge to replicate those, but I think I did an alright job. I also wanted to create a bio for Sylvanian Marble and base it off of the things that real life Marble likes. So she is very food motivated. She's a bit of a foodie. She loves shopping around all the different bakeries and cake shops and things in Sylvania. She also loves her garden, which is why I picked Babblebrook Grange for her, because it comes with the built-in garden piece and the fountain. And her favourite things to watch on TV are murder mysteries. She'll sit all the way through those and watch them for hours. She fancies herself as a bit of an amateur sleuth as well, solving any peculiar mysteries around the village. So that's Marble. Now let's decorate her house, and then I'll let her give you a tour. So my vision for the ground floor, I'm just going to move this ladder out the way so we can see the whole ground floor, is to make a kitchen over here and then have a living room area over here. So let's do that. And here we have the house all finished. I'll take you off the tripod now so we can go in and have a closer look, and we'll get Marble to show us round. So here's the living room space. Nice and cozy, and I went with a kind of dark fabric to contrast the lighter fabric of Marble's dress. Got her TV there for watching all her murder mysteries. Nice framed portrait of food on the wall. And it looks like she's expecting a guest over for afternoon tea, so she's got the tea and the cake all ready there to be served. Cutlery down here and some plates. And then if we take a look in the kitchen, got sink there with a nice view out of the window so she can look at the garden while she's washing up. Got the stove over there and a little bread bin with some jam and marmalade, and then her fridge and a nice basket of fresh vegetables that she's probably just popped to the market and brought home. Then going upstairs we have her bedroom. So I selected this nice light green bedroom set. I just thought it looked really pretty in this house and it filled up the space really well. So she's got her wardrobe, her bed, bedside table with a vanity with a handheld mirror, and then she's got some knitting she's doing there, and also her rocking chair and a wash station with a pretty porcelain jug and bowl. The detail on this piece of furniture is really lovely as well. Let me just move to a wash bowl. Very nice detailing on that. And then the final floor of the house, there's a little toilet here. Again, it's a green version, or got some little green details on it, which I thought fit nicely in with the theming of the rest of the house. And then over here is a little attic space. I've always wanted to make a little attic space in a house, and this one seemed perfect for it. So there's just some cardboard boxes back there, an old camera, some bits and bobs in a suitcase, and a basket here. And then she's got her sewing machine and mannequin there if she wants to do any sewing. And that's all for today's video. I hope you've enjoyed taking a look at this house and setting it up with me. We best leave Marble now to wait for her guests to arrive so they can have their tea. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye for now.